Navigators through the mic. Here we go! He's killing it. Watch out. He's so in love and he's mad about it. Mad love. That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Mad love.
All songs provided today have been asked for permission to play live on our stream via web. Live stream. Any content cannot be used without written consent from QSJ Radio.
The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, Perfect aim can never miss, but who gon' break the arrow? They talking sideways, but never walk the straight and narrow. I think heavy, so I'm taking on the widest load. I'm trying to level up to balance out the highs and lows. I talk less to keep my eyes exposed. Watching for the opportunists in your crew, they disguise as foes. Being me makes me different from the rest. They shouting out your failures, but whisper your success, yes. Sometimes I'd rather hit the beach cheering vacay, but then I realize that each year a payday. Never will I ever stop, I will be forever hot. I'm a Scorsese on the mic with a clever plot. More crazy with the flow, I'ma let you tell it. Cop the drop for the low just to get you jealous. I'm getting way better, and I age better. Still remain cool even when they say it's strange weather. The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, They saying let's get it, G-Dep. They drying off while I'ma get my feet wet. Classic J's for the gear, I keep fresh. Nobody do it like me, keep sweat. They like live, you got that fire all along. But it's hard to hear your truth when you're lying in the song. They celebrate the weak but ain't admiring the strong. Bring a ruckus when I rhyme, but I'm quiet as the storm, man. I ain't trying to be a martyr or a slave. I was smarter and I change and go harder in my ways. Never been bitch, was a starter in my days. Ain't trying to be the artist, I'm the Carter of the game, man. Now my team running, we have the track support. Y'all can miss me with the comments going back and forth. We be the type to pull up on you, that's of course. But let me chill, it's my comeback, relaxing floors. Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me tonight. This is Live Johnson, the captain of the boat speaking. Yeah. I got Ebony Eyes in the back zoning out with me. Michael Bostic somewhere drinking Henny. You know how we do, man. EDC. This is my comeback year, by the way. The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, The gangsters and the hustlers, they said, the culture and the sisters even said, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back, need to come back,
Yeah! Listen. I be having privileges to talk to some people. Some people I talk to are blessings, man. This is one of them right here. Live Johnson in the building. Make sure you guys follow him on that IG, Live Johnson 718. Shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJ Radio.
Nation Navigators through the mic. Here we go! He's killing it. Watch out! He's so in love and he's mad about it. Mad love. That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Mad love.
So the homie Sean Johnson, I got a feeling like before I even asked him that I already knew him for a minute. So we're going to try to see this history thing real quick and try to figure shit out, because I got a feeling me and you already know each other. But for the purpose of the show, Queen's own Live Johnson is in the building. So, right? So I just want y'all to know that he's in the building. His mic is off, so he thinks he's talking to me. But He's out of Queens. All right, and we got a lot of things to talk about, but he talks about Pop Dukes, how he played the viola. I don't know who admits that ever, but Pop Dukes played the viola, and he had influence from 70s and 80s music, and we're talking about taking somebody's hobbies and putting it together and stuff like that for himself. So he started this very young, poetry, R&B, new neo soul, rock, gospel. But his favorite artist that has held a very huge impression on him was the homie Nas. And of course, everybody from Queens is going to say that. But, you got to say that stuff. So, but other than the short bio, Live Johnson, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you on here.
Definitely. It's a pleasure coming through.
I know I told people a little bit about yourself, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I feel like I'm a jack of all trades.
Okay.
I'm an artist. Now also I'm an artist. I'm a mix engineer. I'm also a producer as well. I do computer graphics and pretty much anything I set my mind to, I could do.
So, I just want people to understand what he just said. Because I know people are not listening. They never listen to your boy. So I just let you know, they probably don't listen to you either, because you got a lot of experience. And, when you got a lot of experience, they don't, you know what I mean? Like, you're talking to teenagers all day. Like, go comb your hair, right? But they hear me. So the thing, this is when he said he's a producer and he said he's a mix engineer, that's two different things, correct?
Yes.
And people got that shit fucked up. Okay.
All the time.
My gosh. So, first, what really got you into the field, and what was it that you was first doing?
I was an artist first and foremost. Always been an artist. That's always at the forefront of what I do.
All right.
What made me get into mixing and engineering and also music production is mainly my mentor coach. When I was signed to an independent label back in 2001, he had an MPC, and I always took interest in doing beats for a long time ago because it really intrigued me.
Yeah, okay.
So, I started practicing from there until Fruity Loops came out on digital platform in 2004, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I started going with that.
You pirated that, so everybody did that. Okay. That was
anybody that produced probably had a free crack version of Fruity Loops.
For real, man. You got the code? I got the code.
I got the code,
yeah,
right?
Man.
Right. What got me into engineering really was no disrespect to any engineers I had in the past, but I think when you're working with your own sound and the sound that you want, sometimes you gotta do it yourself, because sometimes you're not gonna get it from an engineer that even though you expressing what you want from the engineer, sometimes it's better to do it yourself and learn it. I pretty much went on a whim to Guitar Center, ended up getting a credit for a whole bunch of equipment, and it started from there.
You build your credit on equipment, bro. That's the real hustle right there. Nobody understands. You got the whole credit card. They didn't even have the credit card system. Your man's just working behind it. So that's what's up. So yeah, if you guys ain't really understanding what he's saying, so what he's saying is like, all right, so you got this song, or you got this beat, or you got this thing that you trying to create, and that the way you want it to sound is making you feel a certain way. But if you put somebody else in it and they don't know who the fuck you are, you just, paying them and stuff like that, blah, blah, they're gonna put it into their own aspects, and that shit gonna throw the whole thing out the window. So that's kind of cool that you decided to learn. Now, it's one thing to have a program in front of you, because I remember those days, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, but we was all geeked out trying to figure out how to put a MySpace code together. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put the HTML, make that shit your own. And
yo, they don't know nothing about that. Oh,
I'm
man.
you, like
yo.
the colors and shit. All I wanted my shit, like when you said friend, all I wanted to do was make that shit green. But that's when we started knowing color codes. That's when we started, creating your own website. None of that plug and play shit, and it was a real grind. It was real heavy because you really had to learn that stuff. But Fruity Loops is a beast. It is a beast, and it still to this day is a beast for people like me. And I watch my producers grow up and all that stuff and move on to Pro Tools, which they really didn't have to, but they moved on to other things. A program that you stood with for how long, and did you retire yourself from ever fucking with Fruity Loops again, or did you continue fucking with it?
I still continue.
Damn.
I bounced to Logic, but it ain't nothing like Fruity Loops for what I do. So Fruity Loops has always been something I've been rocking with for years, and still to this day.
Man, so now you got a paid subscription. So congratulations on that. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Because you need those drum kits.
Oh yeah.
Man, you need that. So performing first, what was it that you were performing first? Was it songs off of beats, off of this? What was that? And what got you into performing?
I would say I was using other people's beats in the beginning.
Okay.
What got me performing was pretty much on a whim. Like, a lot of people don't know this story. So I pretty much started rapping based off of a dare from my counselor in high school.
Oh, a dare?
A dare, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
So he wanted to make a song about, if I can remember, something positive.
All right.
I don't remember this whole topic, but it was supposed to be during a basketball game.
All right.
And during halftime, I was supposed to rap.
All right.
Mind you, I had no experience rapping. This is high school.
Yeah.
A good few years ago. So I did my thing, but I got booed. I got booed off stage. I got booed, bro.
Oh, but see, people don't understand. Like when you from the city and you go on stage, you putting your whole life on the line.
Oh yeah,
because they don't care. They don't give a fuck. Your best friend is booing you off stage.
Facts.
Like, they don't care. So you telling me halftime show? This is a home game.
Yeah.
So the whole school's still there.
Whole school.
You had to go back to school the next day.
Oh man, what? Like it was embarrassing, bro. But you know what? I think that made me tougher and made me really wanted to rap. Because now I have to prove to everyone that I can actually rap. And I went to art and design. So everybody that knows art and design back in the days, that was a spitter school. That was a school known for rappers.
So you went to art and design in Queens.
Yeah. No, I went. It's in Manhattan.
It's in Manhattan. So
yeah.
Wait, art and design. That's
It was on 57th and 2nd Avenue.
Not no fucking LaGuardia or some shit, right? Like
Nah.
Oh,
I tried out for that school too.
I tried too, yo. I was so off key. They hit me with the piano, right? And they were like, go ahead and sing. And I was like, wah! Like it was some shit. But anyways, so you went to art and design, spit a school. Your guidance counselor wanted you to create something positive at a basketball game, and you got booed off stage. How the hell do you want to do that shit still?
I don't know. Like I said, anything that I take on, I try to do it to the best of my abilities.
Okay.
So it was more of a something to prove to myself that I could actually rap. So during lunchtime you have the ciphers.
Yes.
That's when I redeemed myself, and cats was like, okay, he can actually rap. He can put some words together.
You was coming up, basically. Yeah. Shout out to everybody listening. Live Johnson in the building with us, man. Make sure you guys follow the conversation at Live Johnson 718 on the IG and stuff like that. So Live Johnson, now we talked about two things. You went on the indie label. The indie label, when people first hear about that, they don't really think it's real. They don't really think it's going on. Stuff like that. What was it that you knew that you was really signed to a label? And not only that, the legitimacy of it and how did it create who you are now?
Okay, so pretty much I was signed to a record label called Street Legacy. It was definitely independent. We was looking for a deal. We was always shopping for a deal, but what made it legitimate was that we was going on tour in 2000 and 2001 to the Midwest, opening up for big names. I opened up for 50. I opened up for what's that group? Oh my gosh, it's a Midwest group back in the days. They had one hit single and was forgotten about. We opened up for Juvenile. We opened up for Styles P, just to name a few, you know. And that's what was my first experience of really being into the rap world. And you know,
that definitely would legitimize everything that you probably put your too much time or money in. Because at indie labels, sometimes you got to pay your dues. Because I know that part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's and then, you know, going on tour at what age?
To the age of 20. Was it? No, I'm lying. I would say at 19.
19. Oh, you was gassed.
Oh yeah.
You was
and not a lot of people from the neighborhood was going anywhere. So for me to go outside of Queens into other states rapping, that was a huge plus for me. Even though we make no money, but it's still an experience, something I will never forget as long as I live.
Big shout out to that. I know after that, man, that you know about all this going outside. You know what I'm saying? You know about that, and I know Locked Up is locked in. You know what I'm saying? Let's not say locked up, but locked in is very it causes a lot of anxiety. Okay, so
tell me about it, man.
We started the show off with the song "Comeback," right?
Yeah.
Now before we go into that, there is a time where you just put the mic up. You put the mic up. You put the boards up. You put a whole bunch of things up and stuff like that. Like, what was going on in your head and situation? If you could talk about it, let us know. And because Comeback, you know, you talking about people asking for you. You know what I mean?
I felt, oh. That was beautiful, by the way.
He always does that, yo.
Yeah.
I think she wants the camera.
But what made me leave, I felt unappreciated at the time. Like, I felt like a lot of people pretty much didn't accept who I was and didn't know that I had so much being done that I felt like nobody didn't put no respect on my name. So at the time, it was just like, what's the sense of trying? And, you know, at the time, I was actually focused on getting my life together as far as my career goes, because I transitioned into becoming a supervisor as well. I didn't know how I could balance, you know, having that career step with my music my music. And I just said, F it. Let me just concentrate on my career. And, you know, if I decide to come back to rap, it's going to be just not for me to be put on or anything. It has to be something where I have to feel it. You know what I mean? Like, in my soul, it has to just come out. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just do it just because I want some clout or I wanted the attention of people. I wanted to do it for my own benefit, to make me feel good.
Big shout out to everybody listening. Tuned in to QSJRadio.com, home of the unsigned artist. Live Johnson is here in the building with us. We talking about a bunch of stuff. Now, if you guys are just here for the first time, you gotta single out with like 4 people I've known in the beginning of the career. They're 3. The Feel No Way remix. Almost everybody on that motherfucker I've known since the beginning of their career. How do you know these people? Other than, you know, I think I know how, but it's all good, you know. Community is small. And when did you guys feel like, yo, let's drop this remix together?
You pretty much know that. I know you know the answer. Katie of Ivy Productions helped me put that together, so I gotta give it credit when it's due. I felt like that was a single that picked up very heavy, so of course, you know, remix was inevitable. So Coney Brooks, I've been knowing for a long time. Like, I done his first CD cover graphics, so I knew him from that. Then of course Ray Fame is part of his group, so of course we built a solid relationship based off that. And ours I knew from Phenom.
Phenom.
So you know, I think these cats, I always taken a liking to them. That it is what it is, and we mesh well together on the record, so that's all that mattered.
That does all that matters. Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com, home of the Unsigned Artists. You guys also performed this track together, correct?
Oh, several occasions.
That's crazy because, you know, I know some of these guys and they actually like, they move in different directions. They you know, you don't see them all the time, but you see them all the time. You know what I mean? Like, the KONY, let me tell you how long I've been knowing KONY. I've been knowing KONY for like 10 years, right? And
wow.
I met him when he was trying to do his thing in Connecticut. Like, he wasn't even from out there. He was just like, yeah, boom. Where that Feel No Way remix, where that at?
It's on Audio Mac. Just go to I Am Live Johnson. You'll find it.
I am there. I Am Live Johnson.
Or actually, better yet, you can go to my website, www.livejohnson.com. It's there in the music section.
Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJ Radio. I'm trying to find that shit. Is it the Feel No Way? That's it?
Hold on. Let me see. On my end. Let's go to Audio Mac. Oh, there you go.
Let's go. I think this is the original, but it's all good.
It's live. Johnson. Yeah.
This one right here, Feel No Way, Live Johnson on QSJ Radio.
Never ever feel no way. Never ever feel no way. Yeah. Eating real good. Really good. Trust me, the team okay. Yeah. Niggas gonna say how they feel, what they don't like, but you to the day you die. So I'm driving by real slow, while my haters and I'm waving high. You need to get out your feelings and go get to the bag. Be comfortable in your own skin. His life ain't fitting your swag. Don't care if you don't support. Don't care if you don't like my posts. I don't ever cry for attention. They the ones that do the most. My team is Bucks driven, sitting on plush linen, crush women, riding around, screaming no fucks given. Same team, I never side switch. Chain of events change like a time glitch. Now they on my dick. I got your chicks.
Oh, Katie said check comment section.
Don't make us catch a body, CSI shit. Too lit and I'm on it. New ventures, I own it. Got 99 problems, but I'm carefree for the moment. Cause I never ever feel no way. Never ever feel no way. Yeah. Never ever feel no way. Never ever feel no way. Yeah. Never ever feel no way. Never ever feel no way. Yeah. Never ever feel no way. Never ever feel no way. Yeah, don't talk about it, just be about it. Get seen about where we come from. You can brag, but that's not my swag. Cause when you're doing bad, then you done. Never ever feel no way. Never ever feel no way. Yeah. Never ever feel no way. Never ever feel no way. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. I know y'all really feel tight. And fuck the gram and the Facebook. I'm petty in real life. It's an eye for an eye. And a 2 for a 2. Too tall for the short stories. To your level, almost I'ma keep trucking, that's GMC. Got these fuck niggas sliding in the DMB. EDC with a brand new CMB. You can check 4 points, that's DMV. Nigga, we gon' blow like TNT. Nigga, artists, I know CMCs. Nigga, shut them down like an EMP. Nigga, so let's keep it at that. All of my life has been deeper than rapper. And walk in the front, had to stick in the back. Now I just caught many stickers and packs. Riding around with a freak in the back. Talk about me, they so afraid. I'm in the light, but they throwing shade. People let me in wrong directions, but I navigating, I know the ways. And where was you when I needed that push? But you was there when you needed that plug. When the last album dropped, some of y'all didn't cop. I fronted like I needed that love. So I fell back and realized who wasn't for me and who I need to keep around. But when I get up, you can bet LJ won't be reaching down. I peep you clowns, cause I never ever feel no way, never ever feel no way, yeah, yeah, never ever feel no way, never ever feel no way, yeah, yeah, never ever feel no way, never ever feel no way, yeah, yeah, never ever feel no way, never ever feel no way, yeah, don't talk about it, just be about it, get seen about where we come from, you can brag, but that's not my swag, cause when you're doing bad, then you done, never ever feel no way, never ever feel no way, yeah, yeah, never ever feel no way, never ever feel no way, yeah, yeah.
I got a feeling. You know what's funny? I got a feeling that Katie, she's like, yo, I did that video though. Yeah. Yo, shut up. Yo, we gonna get to that.
QSJ Radio.
Shout out to everybody listening. Katie in the building, man. If you guys didn't know, man, some of the Ivy Productions, what's that? What else? What else she do? She freaking reverend at a local church. She does a lot, man. So she's in the building, and she want to make sure that her artists get the full potential. And I love it for that. I love it for that. So shout out to that, man. Live Johnson's in the building. So Living Legend.
Yeah.
What's up with this, and why was it self-titled that?
Oh wow. Okay, you know what's funny about putting titles to names? A lot of people be feeling like, okay, like for instance, Coney is a great example of this. You know, his name is an acronym for King of New York.
Yeah.
So I felt like because of being signed and torn at an early age and being known across United States, not just in my city, you know what I mean? Give me that title. And then, of course, amongst other shit that I can't talk about on the radio. But, you know, I felt like I earned that name as far as, you know, the streets is concerned, and also my resume and catalog and music. So I decided to run with that title.
Living Legend.
Yeah.
Available all over the place. If you guys didn't know, man, you guys got nothing to do. Go stream that. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So now here comes the thing.
Yeah.
You stopped. You came back.
Yeah.
You came back. Was it welcoming? Or was it one of the hardest steps to come through?
That's a good question, though. That's a real good question. I think it's a little bit of both. I think the welcome is coming from peers that know me for years, that wants me to keep pushing. That was the welcoming. Now the drawback is from people that don't know me, that don't know my history or know me from a can of paint and think that I just do graphics and engineering. Like, why is he trying to rap too? Not knowing that I was rapping way before I decided to pick up on the other things. So I feel like in New York, unfortunately, is a crab in a barrel mentality.
Yeah.
And nobody doesn't want to really see you win more than they win in themselves. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to see you do better than them. Like, they want to see you do good, but never better than them. So, you know, I think that's the reason why. And there could be other reasons, but, you know, I just brush it off my shoulder and keep it pushing, man.
I mean, it's one of the hardest things. Like, you started off right after high school and you're doing your thing, and then next thing you know, you leave, you come back, and the whole scene is everybody still in high school. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's crazy.
That's when the vibe started changing. I blame that shit on French Montana, but nobody else wants to.
Yo, why French though?
Nobody wants to understand. It's fucking French Montana's fault. All this shit.
I thought it was 50 at one point.
Nah, that's bullshit. Like, I know what you're saying too. We talking about how he held down the whole damn radios, shut down everybody, blah blah. You know, and I could believe that, but the new shit, I think that like that vibe changed because of French Montana, and nobody wants to understand that. He's out there, he's making these moves, and he's bringing this weird style to the BX, and no one was popping. He got that one hit that you didn't even know if he was an MMG or Bad Boy. You know, he got 720 deals and shit because he ain't make money off of nothing. And then, it's whatever. And it's whatever. Listen, as a producer,
Yeah.
mad problems because styles have changed dramatically.
I agree.
It's not even like everybody I love the fact that hip hop, when it evolved itself, because remember, this shit comes from samples. It comes from samples. Everything has a homage in hip hop. It is its core. You're paying homage to the streets, you're paying homage to the club owners because most of them were from minority anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're paying homage to the dance, the routine, the soul, all that stuff, blah blah. But these beats, they're from the homage of those underground artists that we call legends now. Jazz was a fucking a serious underground thing. If you got, they weren't playing that shit on the radio. You had to go to the club to hear that shit. And most of the stuff right now that is popping to us, you hear it in the club, you don't hear it in the radio. So when you got people out here that are trending online, yeah, that's fine. You trending online, but you're not trending on the radio. But people don't understand that that's fine because people who are legends never got played on the radio until they either died, until they crossed over, or something like that, blah, blah. But let's not talk about that because that's a whole different show. But I know as a producer, you have to know history. You have to understand that part. How important was that for you to understand that this evolution of hip hop? And how the hell did you keep up with the times? That's because I can't with this. Like I can't with that. What is this? Like,
well, one thing about me, I'm a student of the game first and foremost. So anytime I get a chance, I try to do my homework. Plus, I have a younger brother. He's 21 years old. So anything I need to be hip to, I ask him.
Yeah, like what's going on?
That's
yeah, I could get that.
But also keep in mind, there's nothing new under the sun. A lot of people don't get that. Yes, you are absolutely right. All the music derives from the 70s. James Brown. People forever sample him, and who knows? Like people could reuse what he did back then, all the way back then to now, still to this day and age. So anything that anybody's doing is really nothing new, but they just add their own twist to it. Yeah. Like for instance, the London Grind. Like, London Grind had his own thing, and then now you hear cats like Pop Smoke using that same bass line from the London Grind. So pretty much all hip hop is just borrowing from each other and making it your own.
So now this is the thing, right? Because now everybody, right? This is what I believe, okay? Because I believe that Pop Smoke brought some swag to New York with that shit, but I've heard that a while ago, okay? I've heard that bass line. Okay, let's talk technical because these motherfuckers got to learn, right? And he brought that with him because of his style, right? And now everybody who drops a track like that, they say that they biting off Pop Smoke, right?
And technically they're not.
Exactly. So when I start hearing shit like that, first of all, I go bananas. You seen the guy, and you ever watched that show? What's that shit called? Inside Out.
Nah,
like the cartoon, the animation is a bunch of balls, freaking that is in your mind, little teenage. Anyways, go to a movie. So there's a animating part where this guy is furious, right? He's like, rah. Yo, that's fucking me, because these motherfuckers are out here acting like they know so much, and they don't, and you sound ridiculous. Like, shut up. But I'm gonna get to something real quick, and you probably heard this before. The sound alike. When I play your songs, everybody come to my show and they think that they have the best opinions in the world. No, bitch. We listening to songs, right? We not reviewing songs. We in the mix together. Bow. Throw your hands up. But when I play your songs, there's people out there that saying you sound like Jay. Have you heard that before?
I hear that all the time. This is nothing new. This is nothing new.
But what's crazy is that one of your favorite artists is Nas. So
Yeah.
that has to be kind of like, damn, I don't want to sound like him.
I'm gonna tell you why that is because, you know, back in the days we was hustling, and what most hustlers listened to was Jay-Z. You know, so I think because I'm so much of a hustler and a go-getter that maybe it comes off that way. And the thing is, I don't try to sound like him.
Oh.
It's just something I think to me is natural. It's just natural. It's something that I can't explain it too well, but I will say that it's just natural. It comes across that way, you know, and it is what it is. But yeah.
So Jay had influence, but didn't really.
No, not on a conscious level as Nas.
Okay. What was it about Nas? I know, like, let me tell you something. Like, I was listening to these guys all growing up. Even Queen's Own Nature. You know, yes. Let's go.
Dude,
because
is nice.
People don't understand that whole week ago shit. That shit came from Nature. You know, like, everybody thinks it came from do this, you know, about to come out, but a week ago, no, it was Nature. So I listened to all these dudes, but when that Jay and Nas beef was popping, like I never realized how much I never separated hip hop music. Like at that time, I don't think I ever separated it. Like Jay was for a massive amount of people, and Nas was spinning bars and telling stories. But I didn't realize that shit until the beef, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it until beef in hip hop that, damn, like they spitting different?
Yeah.
Like
I was so torn apart during that time. I was like,
what do I do?
I was like, damn, like I fucked for a whole, but Nas is my favorite. Like I didn't know what to do with myself.
Yo,
like I was like, damn, why them two had to go at it, yo? Like, why?
Yeah, that was. I think though, like, y'all could take this for whatever it is, man. And being hip hop, you like really get engulfed in this stuff. You don't really get engulfed in a personal life. You get engulfed in their music, what they saying, who they talking about, all this other extra shit. I mean, I think it's too much. You know what I'm saying? And Jay has always been private, so it's nothing new that he's like that. And it's cool that he consistently said like that. Like he don't gotta come out of nowhere and do something. He'll just do some shit via paperwork and do his thing. And Nas the same thing until his daughter grew up, and then and then you know it's whatever. But I didn't when you are involved in this, right? Because now you're in the game, right? You're not just a fan, you're in the game. Like, is it hard to know, like, are these conversations hard with people?
For me, it ain't hard because you know, also you gotta keep in mind that you're going into these conversations with different opinions.
Yes.
So and what drives them and what they like. So for me, because I like both, it was easy for me to be in conversations like that because I know both standpoints very well because I'm a hustler, but also I'm very conscious about knowledge and about a lot of things that is going on in the world. So Nas bring that element to the forefront, and Jay-Z brings the code of the hustlers, you know. So it was easy for me to be in those conversations for me. I can't speak for anybody else.
Nah, you know, people are always going to be in their ways. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what people don't understand. Like, until you become open enough, like, you will never be able to have conversations that won't hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be open to shit. You got to, like right now, like, I have to be open to shit because there's too many personalities in my crib. Like, Now, as you grew up and stuff like that, the comeback, living legends, all that stuff, everybody's taking you back in. And for those who you accept the love from, 2019 is here. You already pushing these singles, videos is out, you rocking out. And then what I realized is you also became a radio personality. What was it about that? Because now, not only are you associated with all this other crazy shit, one of the top underground radio stations in New York, you guys are, put yourselves in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
What was it that like, fuck it, I gotta talk every day. I gotta do this.
Well, being around Katie kind of rubbed off on me. So I just gonna have to admit it. But you know what? I kind of like being radio to speak my mind more than, you get another side of me that you don't normally get if you was to listen to the record. So now you get to honestly get how I feel. Also, it ties into my music in some form or fashion. Like it ties into everything that I do. The Live Jews podcast that I got going on, that I do live sometimes on Thursdays. It drives into what I do on a day-to-day basis, whether it be production, mixing, or engineering. And also, I feel now that I'm at an age in my eldest state of hip hop, it is my
Right.
I know.
I got that. You had to add the extra 5 words, like my eldest.
Okay, let me put it more simpler. Now that I'm in my manhood, adult age, I feel it's my duty to actually teach others. So that's the reason why the podcast came about. Because you can't just hold all this information to yourself and not put on to others.
You gotta let that shit out. You gotta know. You gotta let the mistakes out. You gotta let the experience out. You gotta let what works, what doesn't work, what continues to work, what's new. And what's crazy is even though you out there and you letting that knowledge out, you still learning. You still doing this because what would have worked yesterday won't work today. You know what I'm saying? No. Shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. Home of the unsigned artist, Live Johnson in the building. Make sure you follow him on that IG, Live Johnson 718. An amazing dude. You see this, all right? Mix and master. So listen, let me ask you something about this before we get into this video, because you started getting sexy over here on this video. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, whose idea was that?
Look. I've been styling. Dudes is just late. Like,
okay.
Dudes, y'all just getting that part of me now. But go ahead. What's the question?
The question, that shit has nothing to do with the question. I bet you. Look. So, fucking, you do mix and masters. Do you take them virtually, like emails and stuff like that? Like, I think they call them sessions. Do you take sessions?
Yeah.
So how is that process when the artist is not even in the room?
Okay, so I kind of hate mixing records like that, but because we're in a pandemic, we have no choice. Yeah. Because I ain't letting you come in my crib and you give me
hell no.
So the best thing to do is have constant communication with the artist, because as an artist myself, I know the artists want their track a certain way and to sound a certain way. So most of it is based on communication and conversation. And then we go forward with, exchanging the files or whatever he has in his session. Yeah. He or she, sorry. And we go from there, but it's just mostly communication.
Okay. Big shout out to that. I'm going to send my track later and I'm going to just let you know that I'm crying. You know what I'm saying? just let you know I'll be in my feelings.
Okay. Hey, it's okay.
That's
Drake stay in his feelings.
Yo, so, Look, man, but these dudes, mad hard body, they be bumping them in the headphones, man, and sometimes live. Big shout out to everybody listening. Live Johnson, Love My Style. This is a feature with Pretty Girl First. So this is a video right here. Live Johnson, you probably won't be able to hear it, but everybody else will. Shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com.
too wavy when I kill 'em, I'ma drown 'em. Too much sauce, I'm a boss, where they found 'em. I be sitting up top, who get down 'em. Circle full of real ones, those squares around them. I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. I be winning, but who really keeping score? Level up like we really beat the ball. Why they talk about it? I do really live it. Niggas troll me, but they love me. They just too scared to admit it. But I'm just regular. But these niggas on my tip. Throw a little shade cause I'm on my shit. Wish upon the star, but I won't quit. Ain't no telling where I'm heading. How much bands I'ma count. We the monopoly. Pay taxes if you land on my house. Talk shit, watch how quick you get these hands on your mouth. I keep splashing even if a nigga land in the drought. I am not one of these artists. I'ma get money regardless. Still getting some beautiful brain. Got me acting so dummy retarded. Peep though, I'm just talking about street clothes. High end, but I'm cheap though. Win-win with no cheat codes, yeah. 100 miles and running, I'ma gun it. Tell you stylist that I've already done it. I'm too wavy when I kill 'em, I'ma drown 'em. Too much sauce, I'm a boss, where they found 'em. I be sitting up top, who get down 'em. Circle full of real ones, those squares around them. I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style.
All my bad bitches to the floor. All my pretty face niggas need that money full score. If your money not right, get left at the door. For the ballers and the spenders, make it rain down to the floor. Give me some more, yeah. I think they love my style. They loving it, watching, they clocking, they paying attention. My money not stopping. I don't get no fucks when my bottles stay hopping. I don't gotta front because yes, pretty got it. The only thing I be dropping is deposits. The only thing I'm configuring is profits. I'm inspiring these bitches like a prophet. All these niggas gon' get me. Got no honeys, bitches, no Lindsay. But I be so chill, it be windy. I'm living for bitches, but can be. I'm stomping my feet with my 10 speed. When I'm in the spot, it's a frenzy. I just got Chanel off the Whitby. I'm officially active like 10 speed. I'm trying to tell them I'm the best, like yeah, I said it. These bitches mad, they shoulders chipping like a debit. It's La Madrina of the mob, please don't forget it. If you ain't paying for my time, it's time I dead it.
I'm too wavy when I kill 'em, I'ma drown 'em. Too much sauce, I'm a boss, where they found 'em. I be sitting up top, who get down 'em. Circle full of real ones, those squares around them. I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style. They loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, I think they love my style.
That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Mad love. You're tuned in to QSJRadio.com, the home to the unsigned artists.
Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com, home of the unsigned artists. I got the homie Live Johnson with me. You know, we behind the scenes talking, so if you guys heard us talk shit, my bad, but I don't think you guys did, because we don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? We just want to make sure everything is clear and going as planned. And of course, this is one of those things. You just told me right now that people have been telling you that that's a different kind of style for you and stuff like that. What was some of those comments when you started doing songs like that?
I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really expecting people to take to it because this is something that people was not used to for me. So I was kind of expecting the drawback from it. I was expecting people to be like, "Nah, what are you doing?" like,
Yeah.
but I think most of the feedback came to where I think people liked the record, but they just wasn't comfortable with me doing the record.
I guess they probably said that, what? I'm too old to do that shit. Like, come on, bro.
I don't. I mean, I heard things. I heard things saying that I was a little off on the flow, which I beg to differ. But I just take the opinion as is. It is what it is. They have their opinion, and I can't knock it.
Live Johnson in the building. I know that right now you're also doing the whole creativity online producer, this, that, blah, blah. What's my thing is you took a hiatus and then you went all in because now this is way more than you were doing before. You know what I'm saying? Like, something had a balance there. Did you find balance? Did you find Jesus? Like, I need to know this.
I think I found hunger. I think it was more of a hunger thing where I was like, okay, yes, I had my career, I had my supervisory position, but at the time I was feeling like, damn, I gotta, you can't just quit hip hop culture, as most people would think I'm gonna retire or I'm gonna quit doing music because it's not giving me no tangible income. But you can't quit this hip hop culture. So for better or worse, I just felt like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make it work as best as I can, and of course learn time management. So it's either all or nothing now at this point.
So we talked about a lot of things, but I think there's a focus that you're going on, and it's a beat site, right? Like you're trying to that's basically your end goal right now to put all together. You got the artist site up. If you guys didn't know, livejohnson.com, go to it right now. I'm actually on it right now. He got that shit lovely. So
thank you.
I see that purple. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that purple. That shit makes me
sir.
fucking calm down. Purple makes me calm down. So if you don't know, that's why purple be in my background the whole time. But you got that lovely site, everything that we could not discuss in this interview. Go to that website, livejohnson.com. It's all there for you, with the Spotify, with the iTunes, all that stuff, livejohnson.com. So now we're gonna try to go to these beats. Like, tell me about this. Tell me about what's going on, and why hasn't it dropped, or is it dropped and you haven't told nobody?
Okay, so pretty much what EDC was originally was supposed to be a label, and we had a couple of members in there, and then something happened to where the whole group split up. You know what I mean? Like, in-house fighting and all that.
Yes.
I don't really want to get into it, but that's the past.
But you know what? You don't have to get into it. So what I'll do is I'll stop you there, right?
Okay.
And then I'll talk about my shit because that's how this QSJ shit happened, right? So I'm in the Navy, right? I'm in the Navy and I don't got nothing, right? I got me and New York accent, and that's it, right? So I'm dealing with everybody from the Northwest, East, South, whatever. And my brothers, they started rapping, and they started doing websites, and they started doing all that. And this is like back in the day, and I've been sailing for a minute, right? So what happened is then me and my brothers started fighting. We started fighting over nothing. Like, I'm telling you. But the QSJ was something that they were rocking, right? And I was rocking that while I was gone. So it just felt like I had to keep it alive because it's all I have from home. You feel me? At that time. So that's how that shit happened. Now, if you don't want to, that's brief because I got mixtapes that I did against my brothers. Man, I love my brothers, man. I swear to God. They made me better people. But at the end of the day, like, I feel you when you got this goal as a team and then all of a sudden shit just doesn't go right. So you kept that alive with a music production, basically. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So pretty much, what happened now is we decided, the two remaining members, which is me and Michael Bostic, we decided to turn this into an actual business. And he's another talented artist as well that wants to get into music production as well. So we put our resources together and say, why not? Let's just do something to where people benefit from it, and we benefit from it as well. And hence the production side is here.
Shout out to your peoples in the building. I was kind of sexy in that video. You want me to talk about?
That sounds like First.
I see that.
Shout out to First.
First is in the building.
Yeah, she was looking,
okay.
She looking crazy scrumptious in the video.
Right.
Like,
I can't
the whole
say all
thirst
that.
trap out here.
I can't say all that, but we'll give her one of those. Shout out to everybody listening. First in the
Salute
building.
to her, especially with a fire verse as well. Like,
yeah, man.
She not only she was looking sexy, she killed that shit.
Being on a track with a female, is that one of the first times that happened for you?
Yes.
That had to be one of these things, these intimidating things, man.
For me or her?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't put a shorty on the track.
As a producer, I'll work with anyone, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Because, some people feel like, damn, she got a better bar than me. I don't know if I could release
But you know
this.
But you know what's crazy? I think she out-rapped me on this. Like, I'll be man. I'm a man up and say that. But at the end of the day, people gotta look at a whole track as a total. I'm putting my engineer hat on, by the way. So if you're looking at just the bars aspect, yes, it plays a part, but you gotta play. I deal with the whole entire record, not just the bars. As long as it's meshing well together, the sound is right, and we playing off of each other's energy, that's what makes a great hip hop track to me.
Yeah, and I mean it is, but for the fans, they got their own fucking opinion, and that shit can get ridiculous.
And it can go left quick.
Real quick.
It is what it is.
Big shout out to everybody listening. Live Johnson is here in the building with us. We talking about it seems like we're talking about something that seems as if that's how it's being produced right now. So you got this, it's like you got this beat site ready, but you don't want to talk about it. Is that what's going
on? It was supposed to be released by tomorrow. That's
okay.
Why.
Oh, tomorrow.
But yeah, tomorrow's dropping. I you know what? Let's put out the link. Why not? Because it's up, but it's not fully ready.
Okay, so we got a release of Live Johnson's B site for tomorrow. What is it coming in? You going to do this shit like the video games do? There's an update at 8 p.m. Like
I should, right?
You should. That's the shit now. You get people anticipating, waiting. You'll have Katie drop a whole fucking flyer for you and shit. 2 hours remaining. Like the fuck. It'll be crazy.
Yo, I should. Like, but just for anyone that's listening, the site is called EDC Beats with an S at the end.com.
BC what?
It's EDC Beats.com.
EDCbeats.com. Okay. So if it's up, I'm gonna see it. But if you guys are in the building and you need new beats, EDCbeats.com. And you do all this, right? Diverse or
yeah, pretty much. With the assistance of Michael Bostic as well.
Okay, with the assistance.
You can't do everything by yourself.
You know what's crazy? So many established artists come in the building, and that's basically one of the 101s that they always try to tell people. You cannot do this by yourself. Like what made you learn that? Because first, as a solo artist, then you was, part of a label. You went on tour about blah. Then, of course, you didn't feel appreciated. And then you come back and you got a whole team behind you. There had to be a time where it was like, damn, this is love. Like, people are working. People are keeping me on my toes. People are doing this. People doing like when did it come to that you was like, yeah, I need a team for real?
I think 2017, before I met Ivy. I mean, I can't remember the one name. And before I met Katie, and she, you know what?
I just caught that, but you know what? I don't know what the fuck to call her either. Sometimes,
listen,
like she got so many hats.
She probably gonna fry me right now for saying her name, her nickname, but it's all good, man. But I think when I first started, being around her, I realized that, you can't do everything by yourself, because you gotta allow somebody to come in your circle that offers something different than what you normally do. So that's what made me realize I needed a team, because you can't be around a team full of artists and they all just rapping. You're gonna need a manager. You're gonna need a PR. You're gonna need all sorts of people to make the dream work. So, and that's when I realized that.
Katie says 2016.
Oh, it's no, she's right. She's right. It's 2016. She's absolutely right about that. That's when I did my first album, One Man Band, and she came along and was like, "Nah, you need to do things like this. Your video should be looking like this." And it's even dope because somebody's keeping it openly honest with you instead of telling you something you want to hear.
That's dope, man. Let me tell you, man. The only reason I know Katie is because one of my best fucking buddies, I was at an event. You probably know him as Sparrow.
Yes.
And
he's a wild dude, man.
That's my G. Let me tell you, son. So I know Sparrow for a minute as an artist before he was doing the shows and stuff like that. Or probably he was doing the shows, but I only knew him as an artist. And I was playing his songs since like 2012 or something like that, right? And he was on a tour with somebody, so I kind of like, was feeling that his swag or whatever.
Okay.
And he ain't never had hair. He really just shaved all that off, man. It was really crazy. But a few years later, he comes to my studio and we have like an inside talk, So when you go outside and you ready, I got mask for you, okay? So you can come here and sit with me and we could do this, you know what I'm saying?
I like building and politicking.
When you're traveling, so, we here. So he comes to the stew and he talks about that he got an event coming up. And the event had to do with cancer awareness, about survivors, and of course those that didn't make it, right? And he was building and stuff. So I was like really fucking with this dude. I was like, okay, I could do this, right? The deeper story is I just finished getting full custody of my kids because their mom just passed from cancer, right? And I was
my condolences, man.
Yo, for real. Like, they good looking. And so he's like, you need to come to this event. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to this event, and all that stuff. And then he goes ahead and he's like, and for Survivor Award or something like that, and he calls my kids up, right? So we get this whole thing. There's hundreds of people at this event. My kids, they get this strong award from them, right? Everybody's clapping and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, this dude just set me up to do a speech? Like, what? Like, I had nothing to do. But anyways, he really went ahead and recognized that. And it was really big, especially for my kids. And, I will always forever be grateful for him for that, because he was very personal with it. He didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's very different, and you probably understand that too, when you get business partners that are also personal, and they know how to separate the two, you know. And I
that's
think
important.
And I think that was what it was that secured the friendship. Like, okay, and you probably do it with this. All right, Katie got me mad, but she got me mad for some real shit. So, you know, either we going make this up and figure this shit out later, or I'm gonna be mad, you know, like a dumbass, you know. And we just gonna have to separate the two. And I think that's one of the biggest important part of this industry is when people can separate the two. Because you might not, I don't invite a lot of people on my Facebook. They still wondering, why do you add my friend request? You know why? Because in the middle of the night, I'll be thinking of dumb shit and I'll be posting about it. And I don't need you to fucking think anything crazy about me, because I'll be thinking everything on my mind. Like, it could be like, yo, did you see the fucking Mars today? No, you didn't, because you stuck on your fucking phone. Like, I don't, and it really be that stupid. But I don't let people in like that, because I don't think they can handle that side of me. And so, and I think a lot of people got to understand, like, if you have that if you get my personal number, you in.
Yeah.
Like, you in. And I'm not gonna.
You're doing the right thing though, because you know you do have to protect your energy, and that's something I'm just learning now. You have to protect your energy at all costs, because everybody ain't meant to be around you.
Yes. And I think that's what it is, man. A lot of people get hurt if they let too many people in, and you try to like tell them that, but in one ear, out the other, and you got to take this risk. I know as an artist is a bigger risk than being a producer. You know, as a producer, I don't know, what is that grind for you as a producer, because I know it got to be different than hitting the stage.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I haven't really fully dived into that grind yet, so I'm gonna reserve my answer for that. But in my opinion, I think it's more networking. I think you're gonna have to do. I think I will have to do a lot more networking than I am doing now, and put myself not just as an artist, but you know, as a forefront businessman now.
Word. Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. Live Johnson in the building. Everybody in the chat, if you guys got questions, make sure you get into those right now, because what we about to do is we about to put this dude in a hot seat. They call it the hot seat. I don't even know why they call it the hot seat.
Shit.
maybe it's because of this.
We have now started our fast round, where our guests are asked a few questions about themselves that they wouldn't expect us to ask. Don't worry, it's not like that. Hope you didn't think we were that underground.
So I think it's because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, we gotta get him. We gotta get him. So I haven't decided, but the vibes is here, and I think that you have experience in a lot of things in your life. So I would like to take this question and answers somewhere else other than the music. All right?
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to randomly pick some questions, and they don't have to be like long. You know, that's why we call it the fast round. We rather have it that we know something real quick about you, because the comments is going to be crazy. They're going to be like, they're probably they're probably going to participate. So that's where we into right now. So we usually have a timer on this, so probably 2 minutes, 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If the vibes is there, we got you. Don't worry.
Got you.
So the question is, these questions are random as hell, okay? So I apologize if they are offensive. Go ahead and pick pass. It's so good, but they shouldn't be. How often do you play sports?
Never.
Are you usually early or late?
Early.
What is your dream car?
It's several, but I would say the Mercedes-Benz E-Class AMG 53.
Okay. What job would you be terrible at?
I think cooking.
Damn, son, you gotta get in that damn cook. You gotta get in that cookbook. What skill would you like to master?
Professional speaking.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
You're doing good right now. What movie, a title best describes your life?
Whoo. Shit. I can. It's several, but I can't think of one right now.
See, that's that middle of the night shit. That's why I can't let niggas in because I read. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm feeling like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, what age do you want to live to?
80.
80. Okay. What takes up too much of your time?
Work.
What mystery do you wish you knew the answer to?
Hmm. I think I would like to know if them votes in Florida really was legit votes for the last election.
Yo, that's deep. But you know what's really crazy? I don't even think I answered these questions before, but my mystery is I want to know who shot Pac. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of know the answer, but we can talk about that off air.
Okay. Shout to Shook. What are what are what are some things you had to relearn?
I had to relearn. I think I had to relearn. Oh, gee, that's a hard one. Shit. Oh, shit. What did I had to relearn? I think I had to relearn. You gonna laugh? I had to relearn how to write letters at my new job. how to use Microsoft Word.
Like memos and shit. Okay.
Yeah, Microsoft Word. Like that's something I didn't normally have to do until I came back to a certain job. I was like, oh shit.
That freaking YouTube, man. That'll reteach you real quick. What fad or trend do you hope comes back?
I definitely would like to see either gas or cross colors come back.
Oh, okay. Gas.
That whole 90s vibe.
Yeah. I don't know about all that denim on me right now. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That
ain't for us.
That $5.
If you 30 plus, that ain't for you.
Nah, the $5 t-shirts at the corner spot. Yo, I love those. Anyways, whatever. What age do you wish you could permanently be?
I would say 30.
Nah, son, you need to grow up. So, what have you only recently formed an opinion about?
Shit, there's plenty, but I would say my recent opinion is mostly the chatter that's going on social media when it comes to the situation of George Floyd. Bro. I don't know if that's a real answer or not, but
nah. You kept it so clean. You kept that so. That's what I'm saying. You doing real good right now. You know what I'm saying? You kept that real good. No one knows what to say about that. That's good.
Yeah.
What is the most heartwarming thing you've ever seen?
I think the most heartwarming thing I ever saw was back in the days when someone I know, well, it wasn't well back in the days. It was a while ago when someone was missing a child, and they didn't know where the child was. And when the police found the child, when the child came back, the family was like, they were so happy that the child came back home because they had so many thoughts in their mind of where the child was at, if the child was still alive, or that was the most heartwarming thing I ever saw.
What job do you think you could be really good at?
I think I would be good at I think I would be good as a studio engineer, as a head studio engineer.
What is the luckiest thing that ever happened to you?
Hmm. Uh, I think recently having my credit go all the way up.
Yo, word! Don't
Yeah,
tell me
'cause
you did
I
one
keep,
of them things where somebody asked you. You did it on yourself?
I did it by myself.
Yo, my
Like,
man's is hitting me up trying to get my credit, and I'm looking at him like those tight ass suits are not convincing me. You good, but congratulations on that, for real,
thank you. Yo, I had poor credit so long. Now it's
man.
getting to where I need it to be. Yo, I don't
Congrats.
understand. Credit is everything, but that's
That's
another
yeah,
conversation.
another one. I'll be a guest. I'll talk about bread that day. No, I won't. I don't think I know. I don't know about no bread. What are you looking forward to in the next couple months?
For everything to open back and go to normal, that and also to performing. Yeah, I miss it. You know, I'm gonna just say this publicly. You never know what you have until it's gone.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
So I know 2020 has been crazy. We all lost mad people,
Yeah.
and some of us lost people, and we don't even know how. Um,
Just like today for me.
so Jason Bourne,
Yeah.
what did Jason Bourne mean to you?
As a person or the media
Yeah,
person.
whatever, because he was good at both.
Um, keep it honest, we had a rocky relationship in the beginning, but
Okay.
later on, I started to realize what he was really doing. He make you uncomfortable for a reason.
Yeah.
He makes you want to go harder at what you do, and he doesn't want you to be comfortable. That's what he meant to me. He meant that he wants you to step out your comfort zone and go hard at what you do.
When you heard of his passing, especially during this time,
Yeah.
what was that like?
I honestly took it hard, being for the fact that we didn't have enough time to really have these conversations and build more.
Okay.
Because I just started to see the person who he really was, and I was accepted to that, and the fact that he wanted to see everyone win, and to see it when you realize things like that, it hurts to a certain amount. It hurts because why we gotta lose someone that really wanted to see the whole indie scene win? Why we gotta lose somebody that was a leader,
Yeah.
you know? And unfortunately, I think to me, I want to say it's unfortunate. Let me take that back. I think what people should understand and do is to step up and take leadership for yourself
Yeah.
and others as well, and try our best to be unified more than ever, because not just Jason Bourne, we took a lot of hits
Yeah.
music wise, and
To me,
now it's up to us.
to me,
It's
to
up
me, like it that hit me when Fred was gone, Fred DeGasson, and I'm sure you probably seen him a lot, but when I started taking this radio thing serious, I was basically following him, right? So I knew everything. I knew about the releases, the 106 in Park, the L that he took on that. I knew about, all that stuff, and I started getting really, really close with people in his label, and it's just 2020 is trash.
Tell me about it, man.
Like, we trying so hard, right? We trying to laugh right now, stuff like that, blah blah. But once we hit this, goodbye button, it goes back to reality. Like, all right, I'm gonna make this long ass trip to the bathroom, or I'm gonna just look on social media again and see and hope nobody did some dumb shit, and see that people did some dumb shit, because I could have sworn just a few weeks ago the world was together.
Yeah.
For the first time.
And you see how quick the flip just switched.
Right back to normal the other way. The other way that we didn't want it to go.
Yeah.
Ever again. It's nuts out there. It's nuts out there. Big shout out to everybody listening. The homie Live Johnson in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
He got that.
And what I know, just to add on to the Fred the Godson, I never met the man, but a lot of my peers did, and he looked out for a lot of my peers, and that counts a lot in my book because of a person of that stature and could do things for people. No, let me say, well, for a person of that level, and to sit back and extend his hand and pull others like me or someone that doesn't really got a deal. That's incredible to me, and I gotta salute the man for that, and I'm just starting getting into his music. I'm a late bloomer, part of me. Everyone.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
But if I get to know you as a man first, that'll get me to know you as an artist next. I'm weird, don't mind me.
Nah, you right though, because some of these motherfuckers ain't legitimate. Let's get serious.
We could go on days.
Let's go.
Especially to Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Listen, man, I'm not getting into that conversation because I'm gonna pull the race card on that. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Like y'all gonna get mad. Like, yo, why you? Nah, we're not gonna do that. But when I talk about legitimate, I'm talking about like they values.
Yeah, solid individuals. Like, and I ain't, and that's missing. A lot of people ain't solid as they say they are. And the only thing you can do is be yourself at all times. But make sure you stay solid. You're not, and be human. We're gonna mess up. We're gonna do things that somebody else may not like. But at least be true to yourself and your nature.
Shout out to everybody listening. The homie Live Johnson, straight out of the 718. I remember when your city was 212. I remember that. Shout out to Queens own. All right, Live Johnson. We got that edcbeats.com. We said it here first. I'm sorry for those who wanted it exclusive. I got it. My bad. And that is with Mike Bostic.
Yes.
That's a big team right there. They've been working on that for a lot of years. Producer, mix master, artist, and
graphic designer too.
Graphic designer. He's doing his thing, and definitely now a radio host. He picked that shit up during quarantine heavy because
Why not?
He right? Like
why not? I don't know what else I'm gonna do next, but as long as God's giving me that plan, I'm just gonna run with it.
The only thing you need now is like a shape up, and then you good. Like let me stop.
Oh, I just got my shape up yesterday.
I need one. Like I've been fiending for one. Nah. Believe it or not, it's not. So, yo, man, if you got any words for the aspiring artists, because our show is based on that, and I know you've been doing it heavy. Some big names, and their numbers, and these people's kids. Like this is different for you. What are some encouraging words for these aspiring artists?
The best thing I could say to each artist out there, whether old or new, is don't give up. Don't just keep punching that wall till it breaks. That's the best advice I could give you. Don't let a situation or somebody's comment deter you for what you really want to do. And once you walk in that light in your own truth, just keep doing what you're doing. You just never know where it's going to take you.
The homie Live Johnson. Let's get this back to business in there because I like it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to catch you on the other side, fam, and we'll talk, all right?
All right, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, bro. This was a phenomenal podcast, man.
Hey, man.
I enjoyed my time here.
We out here, man.
I just needed a drink. If I had a drink, it would be so much better.
I told you to get a damn. But anyways, listen.
Well, I'm talking about a drink.
Oh, okay.
that type of drink.
But listen, man, you was just on the wackest show on the net. You was just on the. This shit is whack, yo. But anyways, Live Johnson, back to business, freestyle right here. Live Johnson, I appreciate the talk, man. We'll talk soon.
You already know.
Yeah. You know what I heard? I heard we the laughing stock of the indies.
That was fun.
Yeah? But you know what? I'm coming back though. And when I do come back, you can keep that same energy. Yeah. Live Johnson. Y'all ready? They like live where you been lately. No Parkinson's, but the game it has been shaky. Dame drift with your bars, y'all have been flaky. Streets made me, but the hustle where it been take me. I don't rap to impress you, I drop when I feel like. Ain't popular for living good in my real life. Claim y'all was hungry, but the bars y'all was still bite. No master for this nigga, I'm the field type. Y'all Jordan, I'm Hardaway bread. Champagne seats, whip stay dead. I rap like damn, that's the hardest thing said. I ain't the one that would front for the gram or sign a record deal and jump for the man. Y'all broke in real life for a stunt for the cam. I'm more Cypress Hill with a pump in my hand. They say I'm too nerdy, too wordy for poor grammar, but too worthy. Maybe I can pick up Thor's hammer. I know they don't like me, they speaking with more slander. So pardon my back, I was raised with poor manners. I can't pretend who I'm not, I'm like whatever. But y'all don't respect me for getting my life together. Your priorities is fucked up, and I mean that. Your street credit karma couldn't clean that. My losses turn more into lessons. High class niggas sipping more at my sessions. They judge it cause you're not moving, but showing your moves is what we not doing. I swear to God this year, we are not losing. Y'all be clock snoozing. I'm at the Rolex store, I am watch choosing. I wish I could see your thoughts, cause y'all be out of pocket like b-boy shorts. I am back in my bag, I should've came with luggage. Old nigga, but I ain't moving like I'm sluggish. And watching y'all posts got me agitated. I don't seek validation for those who ain't validated. Fuck that, I'm on real nigga time. Detox on your bars, I don't feel niggas' lines. EDC, yes, my brothers is wild. If it gets complex, we got magazines to cover your style. There's no room for error. That's control or delete. This that street ghetto gospel. I guess I ought to preach. Try to cross me with religion. I sure fought the priest. I'm about to power up like an orb or the beast. Yeah. Pay dues, now it's time to collect. Got chase clout, I grind for respect. And the artists you comparing me to, them niggas scared of me too. Let me stop, y'all ain't hearing me through. Live Jews coming.
They should never gave this dude a mic. Here we go! He's killing it. Watch out! He's showing love and he's mad about it. Mad love. That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Mad love.
Shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. Home of the Unsigned Artist. Today's show was brought to us by Ivy Productions. So shout out to Katie. She's always in the building. She always heavy, always working out there. Big shout out to Warzone. Shout out to DTF Radio. Shout out to everybody listening. Of course, today's show is brought to you by Live Johnson. You can follow his music on Apple, on Google, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, and more, especially those who are on Deezer. Those are the distributions that he goes by. So big shout out to the homie Live Johnson. Big conversation that we just had. Does a lot of things for a lot of your favorite artists. So if you guys don't know who he is, congratulations. Go follow the kid. You already know what to do. Also, today's show is also brought to you by the new website edcbeats.com. Make sure you guys go to edcbeats.com. It's going to be published tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. Every dollar counts. That's what the EDC is. It's him, Mike Bostic. They do the co-producer thing. A lot of co-producers out there right now. So, you know, make sure that you understand that it takes a team. It takes a team. We out here. It takes a team. Just like it takes a team for you guys to listen in and stuff like that. A big shout out to everybody who was in the building. Alfonso, I see you. Arizona Zone. There was a whole bunch of people in the building. Lady, what was it? Pretty First, right? First was in the building. That was crazy. It was nuts, man. It was nuts, man. It was lovely, right? But of course, this is mad love. I get angry and I show love. And that also makes us the wackest show on the net. I don't even get it. We just so trash. But anyways, shout out to the homie Live Johnson. Make sure you guys follow the kid. He's been doing this for an easy minute. And if you heard that early, he got his life together. And he doesn't understand why he can't get love for that. I got you, Live. We out here. Living Legend is out, available right now. Make sure you cop that. Please do me that solid, man. Please do me that solid. And you already know the deal. Shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. I think that's it for tonight. I got to go take care of some shit because everybody in the house is mad at me, but it's all good.
They should never gave this dude a mic. Here we go! He's killing it. Watch out! He's so in love and he's mad about it. Mad love. That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Mad love.